Welcome back to the Dark Cosmic Universe. Today, we're going to throw back some nostalgic feelings, some nostalgia from my childhood, probably from your childhood as well, or introducing a new childhood to a new generation who've never experienced this stuff. Again, this is the Dark Cosmic Universe. My name is Avian Savage. Welcoming back all my cosmic followers, welcoming back my cosmic family. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We talk about action figures, we talk about playsets, we talk about vehicles, we talk about Pokemon cards, we talk about some cool cosmic collectibles that are out there in this incredible internet that we are experiencing today. If you are new to the channel, check out the links in the description. I've got an eBay store where I sell vintage and retro t-shirts. I also sell paperback books. When I make a sale, I bring it back here to the Dark Cosmic Universe to show and display some really cool collectibles, just like this. If you are new to the channel and you are thinking about becoming part of the Dark Cosmic Universe, all you have to do is subscribe. We've got playlists. We have shorts, YouTube shorts. I don't sell those kind of shorts. Come on, people. We also talk about other things. We got some photos here in the YouTubeosphere, better known as YouTube. We talk about a lot of cool things. Again, I'm also on TikTok, so I hang out over there as well. If you are new to the channel, please leave some comments. If you've been one of the cosmic regulars here, leave some comments. This also helps the channel as well. You can share the videos. That's right. You can also share the YouTube shorts. Remix, remaster, reinvigorate, reimagine what the Dark Cosmic Universe is in your part of your Dark Cosmic Universe. I had to think about it there. I was like, where was I going with that? All right. We're talking about nostalgia today. Yours truly has been very nostalgic. I've been kind of like displaying a couple things here, a couple things there. And as I did, I was like, hey, this works. This completely works. And I'm thinking, this works as well as that. And we'll get into that. If you had a really cool childhood and going to McDonald's, not just for the food, but to see the characters, to be part of history, to find out what's going on with Ronald and friends, because sometimes they used to have shows, hanging out and actually meeting Ronald. And it was just like, oh my gosh, it's Ronald. Or it's the Hamburglar. Or it's Early Bird. Or it's Officer Big Mac. We'll talk about that in a second. Or Grimace. Or maybe you remember a Captain Crook. Or the Professor. All those cool people were part of Mcdonaldland. They were the French fry guys. They were the Nuggets. Again, there was that whole mystery island and why only Grimace would love the shakes and no one else. Anyway, let's check it out. Yours truly decided to get really nostalgic. Now, I think it was a couple weeks ago, I wound up finding in the background, we've got Mayor McCheese. And I'm like, talk about a politician who was very indecisive about what he wanted to do with his land. How he got elected, I have no idea. How many French fries did he have to bribe with people? I don't know. How many Big Macs or double cheeseburgers or, let me think what else, or shakes. Just, you know, instead of shaking a hand, he gave a shake. Well, that probably happened. Who knows? McDonaldland is as corrupt as everyone else. Here it is. Check it out. Here's the box art from the Pops. You know, you guys know what these are. The Funko Pops. Number 89 is off. They call him Officer Mac. I had to look back into the Wikipedia of McDonald's, and he was called Officer Big Mac. And that's exactly what he was. I do like a Big Mac. Now, mind you, I'm a little bit older, 5 going on 6. My digestive system can't handle sometimes the fast food like it used to. But you know what? It sure tasted good. So in this series, they've got Ronald McDonald, Grimace, the Hamburglar. They have Mayor McCheese. They call him Officer Mac. And they've got the Fry Guys, Fry Girls. And again, it's very cool. The packaging here. I think it's pretty cool. Now, I'm going to keep them out of the package because they look so much better together. Now, in here, I'm just going to adjust our monitor. As you can tell, we've got a lot of McDonald icons here. First and foremost, well, actually, before we do that, let's see how big these figures are, in case you're just curious about a scale. So, Ronald is under 3.5 inches. Officer Big Mac, he towers over the 4-inch mark because of his hat. We've got Hamburglar over here, under 3 inches. We have Early Bird, and then under 3 inches. Grimace, he is just about 3 inches. Now, these were McDonald premiums that you could get, and I believe these are the ones for the Halloween ones. So you could put a Halloween costume on Ronald, or on Early Bird, or on Hamburglar, or Grimace. And like I said, it was pretty cool. Now, I remember I had the ones that actually had cloth outfits. I was going to go into a deep dive in collecting them, but I'm like, they're really, really expensive. And there was a few years ago, I think it was like 2003. Again, I'm just doing this off my head here. I'm just remembering. And they decided to do a reissue of the figures, which would have been cool, but again, they're still a little pricey. So they're probably the size like of a Mego toy, so about 6 inches-ish, you know. But the cool thing is they had cloth outfits, and they did them for McDonald's. I had them as a kid. Now, I remember I could only play with them like so much, and I had to put them back where they had to go. I mean, come on, you're telling a kid you can only play with it so much, and that's it? Yeah, don't think so. Eventually, they lost all their parts, you know, their clothes, but I think this is a really cool substitute. Again, really reasonable price. So again, Ronald, I think these figures, again, I'm just going like from what I'm seeing on eBay, between like $5 and $10 for a figure. You can get them in probably lots, but you know, it's just, they look really cool. So here is Grimace, looks awesome. And I think Grimace was a ghost. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he was, which is cool. Or one, I don't remember. I think Ronald was Frankenstein or something like that, I think. Now, I never got them with their outfits on, because I'm like, you know what? I just kind of like want them as, like, you know, PVC figures, because that's what they are, you know. They should be in the collection, and they should be displayed with all the rest of the characters. Here is the Hamburglar. He's kind of too kiddish for me, I'll be honest. I mean, you know, I remember the Hamburglar, he had the big nose, and he probably had gotten some plastic surgery. They made him a little bit more kid-friendly. I get it, I know why. I mean, if you look at Hamburglar, he looked, I don't know, kind of like the Penguin. Now, if you know what I'm talking about, leave some comments. But, you know, he's a little bit more friendlier, and he used to burgle hamburgers. That was his thing. Now, again, I don't know what Officer Big Mac had to do with that, or even our elected official over here, good old, what is it, the Mayor McCheese. But here we go. Here is Officer Mac. Check it out. This one looks really, really cool. Now, again, I know they look very Funko eyes, and you could probably paint the eyes and, you know, make them look like they're nostalgic counterparts. But for the time being, you know what? They're the Mac people. Oh, that's right. There was Mac tonight, too. Forgot about that. He's definitely part of the whole Mcdonaldland thing, but this one is really, really cool. Now, originally, when I started the channel, I wasn't like a big Funko person, but it's like I've been like picking up ones here and there. So again, to all my Funko fanatics out there, thank you so much. Again, I missed out on, you know, some of these cool things, but I remember just seeing these in the store and going, oh man, that's McDonald's. That looks like McDonald's. You know, that looks like McDonald's characters. That does look like, you know, the characters that I grew up with. And again, I'm thinking this is really, really cool. Yours truly, I'm probably going to try to get a McDonald's playset, because you know what? It's nostalgic, which is really, really cool. So an update. So Seashell and Pumpkin Spice. That's Pumpkin Spice. I guess you can call him. I'm assuming Pumpkin is a male. Not sure, because I know someone who had a cat named Pumpkin who was orange. Lovely cat until, well, he just had some issues after he had gotten sick, and then, oh man, Pumpkin was a terror. But there's Seashell. They are getting closer and hanging out with each other. So for all the people going, how are they getting together? Or, how are they doing together? Is it something that, are we working on it? Yeah. But, it takes a while. And of course, Seashell, the Cosmic Cat, she actually got to see, I didn't get to get a video on it, but she did take a look at her Funko, and she was just like, I don't like it. This doesn't look good. And then, of course, I've got everyone's like, hey, what's going on with Pumpkin and Seashell? And I think as the channel progresses, there might be some more animals that might pop in and make some cameos, which would be kind of cool. Anyway, it's going to be a short video today, but this is McDonald's. Again, I remember going to something that looked like that. It had a red roof on it. It didn't look like it blended in with, I don't know, the modern society. I don't know what they even call those new restaurants. I can't even call it. I mean, I get it. They had to modernize, but you know what? The whole nostalgia feeling going to McDonald's is that it looked like McDonald's. It had the golden arches. Inside, you could actually see these characters over here. They were hanging on the wall. But then, who knows? Over time, they just kind of got phased out. Ronald, they threw him to the side. Ronald is making a somewhat comeback. I know clowns got a really bad rap, from the 90s-ish, come on, it's Ronald McDonald. People didn't go to the circus and they're getting all clowny, and they're like, you know what? I remember, as a kid, I know I'm going on, but I remember, going to a birthday party and there being a clown there. If you want to watch a good, funny clown movie that's got only a cameo of a clown, Uncle Buck. You'll totally get it I know people go, oh, that's right. Uncle Buck had that in there. Yes, he did. It's like, we got you a clown. Yeah, when I was 9, it was kind of funny. Definitely Macaulay Culkin. Again, it was the clown era, Everyone had to have a clown. Anyway, that's it. That's the end of the video. Want to say hello to my Dark Cosmic family out there. If you are subscribed to the channel, all you have to do is subscribe. You are instantly part of the Dark Cosmic universe. We are closing in on 1,900 subscribers, which is awesome. The playlist is going great. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to everyone out there they're watching the playlist. You're watching, the videos. Thank you so much. Again, playlists definitely help out. And I think I'm gonna have to do a Jaws one. And again, we'll have hopefully some Jaws stuff. I've got some really cool things I want to tell you guys what happened at the Jaws event. It wasn't called the Jaws event, but for me, it was the only Jaws event that I got to see this summer, and it was cosmically epic. Anyway, again, all you have to do is subscribe. You are part of the Dark Cosmic universe, who are my Dark Cosmic family. Well, my friends, they are my Cosmic Cosmonauts, my Cosmic Comrades, my insane toy collectors, my dark cosmic Pokemon collectors. Almost caught myself saying that again. My dark cosmic collectors as well. I am so excited to be here for another video. Very excited. Again, I'm going to now finally, I've got a little reprieve going on. I'm going to be able to put some new stuff up in the eBay store. So yes, finally. All right, we're making some time to do that. And I got some really cool shirts. I got some really cool books. Again, the more you purchase from the store, the more I can display here on the YouTubeosphere and back here on the channel. Again, I recycle that money. I honestly do that. Anyway, that's it. That's the end of the video. What do I say? Say it loud and proud, my friends. From one side of the galaxy to the other, and somewhere in between, there is the Dark Cosmic universe. Stay cosmically insane, my friends. Keep collecting all those action figures. Keep collecting all those collectibles. Come back here to the YouTubesphere, better known as YouTube, and we'll definitely see you soon with another video here on YouTube.